Is your child a natural-born entertainer? Now is their chance to join the most talented youth dance crew in the Mid-South, the Blue Bunch. The Blue Bunch entertains Grizz Nation with their energetic dance routines and even have the opportunity to collaborate on performances with leading artists in the entertainment industry. Kids ages 7 to 17 are invited to show off their skills and personality for their chance to join the next generation of NBA entertainers. Open auditions are Saturday, June 28th. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
You've seen the Grizz line jamming on the court and rocking out on Beale Street, and this is your chance to join the best drum line in the NBA. Grizz line entertains Grizz Nation at home games and events in the Mid-South through their impressive techniques and energetic shows. If you have experience in drumming and marching and love entertaining, Grizz line is the perfect opportunity for you to combine percussion and performance. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Sign up today by visiting grizzlies.com/auditions.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
All right, I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish. I'm speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio. FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle's right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I sure hope you got on this Murray State baseball bandwagon when I told you to, back when I did, like a week and a half ago, because if so, last night was fun for you. It was fun for me. The Racers are headed to the College World Series for the first time ever. Wonderful story. We'll talk about it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. When we finish this open, we're going to take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we're going to discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories, among them one day before Game 3 of the NBA Finals. There's a report about how ABC might decide to change its lead broadcast team for next season. I'll tell you what they're thinking. We'll do that in about 20 minutes. Former NBA and college star DeMarcus Cousins nearly instigated a brawl during a game in Puerto Rico. Wild video. We'll show it to you in just a bit. Memphis native Glorilla performed at last night's BET Awards. She was great. She won the Gospel Award. That was cool. As expected, Kendrick Lamar was the top winner. He was there, accepted a bunch of trophies. I'll run you through the highlights a little later on in the show. America defeated Canada last night in a hockey competition. They call it the Stanley Cup Final. Final score, Florida 6, Edmonton 1. So the Panthers are now just 2 more victories away from winning back-to-back Stanley Cups. We'll talk hockey to the best of our ability. We'll do that in the second hour. And a YouTuber, woo boy, a YouTuber, follow me here. A YouTuber named Sin City Manny Wise. Could have named himself anything. He went with Sin City Manny Wise. He has turned himself into authorities after apparently murdering another YouTuber named Finney the Legend, plus Finney's wife. That, of course, is Bubbly. You follow me?
Oh, I'm following.
I sent you the video.
I saw the video.
I don't think we can show you the video.
Probably not.
Bennett, if you're willing to put your name on it, I'll queue it up. I got it in my phone.
I don't think you see any like dead bodies in the video or anything.
Oh.
Let me discuss during the break. Let me convene with Kyra during the break and see if it's possible.
Don't put this on Kyra.
Let me just talk to Kyra during the break and see what we can do.
We're not gonna put this on Kyra.
Okay.
She just got back from vacation. We ain't putting stuff like this on her. You're gonna have to make this call.
All right.
You're right. I don't think you see any dead bodies, but you do see Bubbly's body alive right before
gunshots ring out.
She's eliminated. She was eliminated. She dropped her phone, which is a perfectly normal thing to do, I think, once you've been eliminated. Hard to hold on to your phone.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation. Genuinely a wild story. Mm-hmm. Right in front of the Bellagio. I'll tell you more about it. Not that anybody needs to know more about it.
No, I need to know more.
I'm going to tell you more about it, Bennett. Okay. We're going to do it during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's Carry Out. We'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to, but I want to start with college baseball.
Okay.
Because as you likely know, Bennett and I became college baseball fans about a week and a half ago.
I mean, I've always dabbled.
I know you've always dabbled.
And I've been calling the Hogs my whole life, buddy.
I know you've been to Heber Springs, all right?
I've been all over that great state.
I know you've been all over the natural state. I understand, all right? Mm-hmm. But we became hardcores, if we're being honest with ourselves.
Diehards, yes.
It's about a week and a half ago.
That's true.
You've been dabbling for a while. You've been all over the natural state. But we became diehard college baseball fans. Mm-hmm. It was about a week and a half ago.
Yep.
You chose Arkansas, and that's looking like a great decision.
Mm-hmm. They're your favorites.
The Razorbacks are your favorites in Omaha. I initially went with Ole Miss. You know, my wife went there. I live in the state.
Yeah.
I'm from the SIP.
Spend some time there sometimes.
I spent some time in the SIP. I decided I was going to ride with the SIP. And then you won't believe what happened. Murray State upset and eliminated Ole Miss. Like it was bubbly or something. You know what I'm saying?
Which I don't think at the time we gave it enough credit for how like big of a deal that was.
I don't think we properly recognized.
I don't think we properly recognized how big of an upset that was because I got context later and I'm like, damn.
We were inexperienced college baseball fans when this happened, right? We didn't have proper context. For instance, when the Oklahoma City Thunder win this NBA title, despite what old Big Mouth tried to tell you, when the Thunder win this championship, we will be able to come in here the next day. It should be a week from today. We'll be able to come in here, Thunder in 5. A week from today, we'll be celebrating Thunder up. We'll come in here the next morning, and we'll be able to talk intelligently. You know, to the extent that we can talk intelligently. Mm-hmm. We'll be able to talk intelligently about what that means for the Oklahoma City Thunder and what it means for the NBA because we have context, right? We're lifelong NBA fans.
Yep.
We saw Magic, or at least I did. Saw Larry.
I did not.
Well,
I saw MJ.
We've been there for a while.
Yeah.
All right? So we can add context. As more recent college baseball fans, a little more difficult for us to provide context in the moment. Honestly, we just came in here the next day after Murray State eliminated Ole Miss, and we were just like, that was neat. And the coach seems cool, and he got a Powerade bath, and he said he messed up his jaws, and he's going to need some more jaws. And we just sort of laughed about could Ja get him some more jaws, and that was the extent of it. But now we have a better understanding of what's going on. Murray State baseball ain't supposed to be doing stuff like this, all right? All right, let me just show you where Murray State plays baseball. Kyra, can we show everybody where Murray State plays its home games? Because it does not look like where Ole Miss plays its home games or where Mississippi State plays its home games. It looks like where Hernando plays its home games. All right? Mm-hmm. That looks like a high school baseball field. A nice one, sure, but a high school baseball field. That's the home of the Murray State Racers. All right? That's where they play baseball. You are never supposed to go to Oxford and eliminate the Ole Miss Rebels, recent national champions.
Right.
All right, but they did that. All right? Then they advanced to the Super Regional for the first time in school history. It's a best 2 out of 3 against the Duke Blue Devils on the road. Mm-hmm. The two teams split the first 2 games, which led to last night. Murray State Duke in primetime on ESPN, the only college baseball game on. Oh, buddy, we put it on. 6 o'clock first pitch, we put it on. Murray State leadoff home run. Murray State 2-0 after 1. And then, of course, it's a little bit of a back and forth affair. Winner advancing to Omaha. Loser eliminated. Either story, now that I know so much about this, would have been pretty remarkable. Duke has not been to the College World Series in like 6 decades. They've been.
They got other stuff.
They got other stuff, right?
Yeah.
They got other stuff.
They got all those basketball titles.
They'll
be fine. Yeah.
They'll be fine. It's still been a neat little story.
Sure.
Somebody ain't been there for a long time, got there. All right? But the neater story, undeniably, and the one closest to my heart, that was the Murray State Racers advancing to the College World Series. And I thought they were going to do it after they went up 1-0.
Me too.
2-0. And then it got a little tight, and then they were behind. And then I was like, maybe it's just not going to happen. Maybe it's just not going to happen. But then they go up 5-4, and we're locked in. And did you see the controversy at the end of the game?
Yes. I thought that they were going to lose because of what happened there. It just felt like bad juju. You know what I mean? Like,
it felt.
The way that played out is like, oh, they're going to lose this now.
I was just like, please, God, don't let them lose like this.
Right.
I'll tell you what happened if you didn't see it. So it's 5-4 Murray State. We're in the bottom of the ninth at Duke. They are 2 outs away from punching a ticket to Omaha. There's a runner on first. And it's, I don't want to say a routine ground ball, but it's a ground ball where you're going to try to turn a double play with.
Yes.
Right? And they get the lead runner at second, but can't quite turn it. Runner from home to first beats the throw. Safe at first. In theory, what we think we have for a split second is 2 outs, runner on first. Let's try to end this here. But the ump calls runner interference on the player who slides into second trying to either get to second or break up the double play, either one. It's the type of thing you've seen a million times in baseball. And live, just to my expert eye, I was like, that does not look like he did anything wrong.
I felt the same.
Even though my heart was with Murray State, I'm like, ooh, you cannot end the game on this. Calling it a double play because of runner interference. The sentiment being that the runner got out of the baseline too much. So Duke comes out of the dugout to protest it, ask for a review. Meantime, Murray State has been told the game is over.
Yeah, they're celebrating. They're in a dog pile.
They're in a dog pile celebrating like you would if you've just punched a ticket to the College World Series for the first time ever. But it becomes pretty clear once they review it, and we're watching it all in slow motion, that what we saw live is what was actually there. That's a legal slide, or at least legal enough to where you can't end somebody's season and in some cases, people's careers on this. Imagine you're a Duke baseball player. This is the last moment of your life. Imagine you're the guy who just hit into the double play ball, but beat it out the first. That's how that maybe is your last at bat ever. It won't, but it theoretically could have been the last time you ever swing a bat in a competitive game and it ends like that. I didn't like it, even though my heart is with the Racers. I didn't like it. So they review it, and obviously they put a man back on first, 2 outs, and now we're playing baseball again. Get out your dog pile. This would be like watching a college basketball team dog pile at half court, think they won the game, and then say, nope, we got to come back and you got to get one more stop. What? And I, like you, was like, oh no, not like this. Not like this.
Because once you start celebrating, if you're Murray State, you let your guard down. You might lose something. Your competitive edge.
I don't know what happens. I just know it becomes an all-time sports story, like lead Sports Center type of stuff. If a college baseball team celebrated its first trip to the College World Series and then didn't actually get to go to the College World Series because the game was restarted after a review, we would have remembered that. 7 years from now, we'd have been remember that time that thing happened with Murray State? It would have been a thing. So I was hoping we wouldn't have to live that life. More specifically, I was hoping Murray State's baseball program wouldn't have to live that life. So I needed one more out. And Kyra, show them how the game ended last night.
1, 2 outs, the 2-2. Ground ball to first. Ball game. Murray State has done it. Upset in Durham. The Racers race on to Omaha.
Dog pile again. You ever been in a dog pile?
I want to say I have been in a dog pile.
I think I've been in a dog pile.
Yeah.
I think I've been dog pile. Look at that. Look at that. That's a father-son moment. Look at that. I'm not embarrassed to tell you. I teared up. Sitting in my living room, I teared up watching this.
It was really cool.
I think I'm unstable.
Yeah.
I tear up too much.
Yeah, you are. You have in your old age. You have.
I think I'm unstable.
Yeah, you've let your guard down a little bit.
My guard's down a little bit.
Get your guard back up, dude.
I tear up too much.
No, you do.
I tear up when I'm happy. I tear up when I'm sad. Like I tear up 4 times a week at least. Mm-hmm. I think I'm unstable.
Yeah.
Like why am I tearing up?
I think you need to go to a therapist.
I got to get myself under control. Because tell me how I should have felt. I'm sitting there with my whole family, my little guy.
Well, this is your team.
This is my team.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
All right?
Your whole life.
I've been waiting for this. It's my team.
Yeah.
Dan Skirk is my guy.
Yeah.
Tell me how I should have felt. I'm sitting in my living room with my whole family. We are actually watching this as a family. And I teared up. And should I have looked straight at my little guys and let them see the emotion to show them it's okay to tear up when you accomplish something or when you watch other people accomplish something against all odds? When you watch a father get to have that moment with his son, it's okay to tear up. That's a happy moment. Should I have looked right at him and let him see that? Or should I have done what I actually did, which is a lot of this? Because they're over here. Mm-hmm. I did a lot of this. Because on one hand I was like,
you can't let your kids see you cry.
I don't believe that, actually.
No, it's weak.
I don't believe that, and I don't think that's what the therapist would say.
It's weak.
I don't think it's 2025, Bennett. You can't talk like that.
Can't let your kids see you cry.
I don't think that's what the type of thing you're allowed to say in 2025. So on one hand, I was like, that's okay. They should be able to see. Like it's okay to show emotion when you're happy for people. That's all it was. I was genuinely happy for a bunch of people I've never met and will probably never meet. To a school I have no association with outside I became a lifelong fan a week and a half ago. But I was just happy for them.
I was too.
And I teared up a little bit, and I didn't know at that moment, should I let my son see that so that they know it's okay to be happy for other people and show real emotion, or should I hide it from them so that they don't think their dad's a P word? Which one do you think? What should I have done?
I would hide.
I know what you would do. You've already made that clear.
I would hide.
You're hiding everything. That's why you got that big beard. You're trying to hide everything.
I would hide for sure.
You're hiding under your beard and your hat.
Yeah, that's
true. You live a life.
I
you
would
live
hide.
a life in the dark.
I would hide. Yes, I would do that.
I did a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of that.
So
I got emotional. Guess who else was locked into the game? Murray State's proudest alum, Ja Morant, franchise point guard, your Memphis Grizzlies. Kyrie, do we have the Ja Morant tweet? Ja Morant, look at that. Racing to Omaha.
Now, we said yesterday, I don't know if he's saying that I'm racing to Omaha. I think he's saying the racers are racing to Omaha. But we did say that if they win this, Ja's got to go. Ja's got to go to Omaha.
We are not. Just you are making a lot of decisions for a lot of people 18 minutes into this show. You got Kyra trying to approve a murder video. That is not her responsibility. We're not putting that on her. And now you got Ja having to go to Omaha. You have no idea what his schedule looks like. That's a busy young man.
I'm just saying, like, he is, like you said, he's their proudest alum.
Yes.
And is he their proudest alum? I would assume so.
I mean, it's either Ja or Popeye Jones.
Yeah, I would assume.
I'm going with Ja. I know where I am. I'm going with Ja. I know where I work.
I would assume it's Ja. I just don't know like what other historical figures went to Murray State.
Popeye Jones?
Okay. Outside of sports, like who I don't. I'm going to look.
We're going to have to research that.
Anyways, I think it's Ja.
Popeye Jones.
I feel safe saying it's Ja.
So?
I think he's got to go. Because we know like he's always repping the basketball program. We know that. Like, he's always uplifting Murray State basketball. You got a chance to really uplift. They got an 800-seat stadium. 800 seats. That's it.
It's time to uplift.
He can uplift this thing.
I'm a University of Memphis graduate. I'm not anybody's proudest alum. I just happen to, have a degree from there. I don't know nobody's proud of me. But, like, similarly, like, I don't know anything about Memphis softball. But if Memphis softball happened to be in the Women's College World Series, I'd suddenly be fired up and wouldn't be able to wait. I don't know that I'd actually go to it, but I'd be fired up and excited about it.
For sure.
Because, like, if you care about a place, you just want good things for the place. Like, I want the University of Memphis men's basketball program to be awesome, and the football program, and, like,
Me too.
And
Women's soccer, we watched all those games on ESPN Plus last year.
Yeah, but, like, I also want, like, the history department to be great. I just want everything over there.
It's a great history department.
Is it?
I'm a part of it. Yeah.
You are a part of it.
I was. Yeah.
I want the journalism department to be great. I want everything over there to be great. I get excited about anything. So it's not surprising to me that John Morant cares about Murray State, all aspects of Murray State, and that he's excited about the baseball team headed to Omaha for the first time in history. But I don't think we can put that demand on him. We don't know what his schedule looks like.
Fair enough.
He's got a young daughter. He's got a lot of things going on. But if what you're saying is it'd be cool if John Morant were in Omaha for Game 1, that's going to be Saturday, 1 o'clock Central, when the Murray State Racers take on the UCLA Bruins in Omaha. It would be cool if we turned on ESPN and in a suite, it was John Morant and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Could you imagine? And also, like, it's UC, like, that would be intimidating for UCLA because it's like, okay, we got to play this Murray State team that's like these lovable underdogs. Also, John Morant, a guy that we clearly overlooked in recruiting back in the day, right?
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
That's like one of the proud college basketball programs. They didn't look at Ja.
Nope.
They didn't look at Ja. Disrespectful.
Mick Cronin has never been.
I think he was
probably at Cincinnati then.
I think he's probably at Cincinnati.
We're not going to put this on Mick Cronin, all right? We're not going to put this on Mick Cronin. We're not going to put the murder video on Kyra, all right? We're not going to make Ja go to Omaha. You got a lot of demands this morning.
Okay.
But if your point is, ain't nobody from UCLA ever taken the time to go recruiting in small town South Carolina, you might have a point. You might have a point about that.
The disrespected underdogs.
The disrespected underdogs. And who is a better symbol of disrespected underdogs than John Morant? It should be the Murray State Morants instead of the Murray State Racers.
I don't know about that.
The Murray State
I think
Morants.
he's fine with the mascot. I would leave it.
The Murray State Morants. They're the disrespected underdogs, just like John Morant has spent much of his life as a disrespected underdog. Do you see it all coming together?
I love it. I love it.
I love it. Let's get Ja in a box with Kareem. What do you think they'd talk about?
I wouldn't be so sure. You're just assuming Kareem's like a massive UCLA baseball fan. I'm not sure.
Assuming anything.
I'm not so sure.
I'm just all we're doing here is imagining.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining what would make me smile biggest.
Yeah.
And that's John Morant and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar sitting together watching a baseball game on Saturday. That's what would make me smile biggest.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm after.
That's cool. I mean, I think like maybe like would you settle for Kevin Love? Like would that?
I'd settle for Kevin Love, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd settle for Darren Collison, I guess.
Yeah.
But what do I want? I want Kareem.
Okay.
I like it. I want John Morant and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I like it.
Sharing nachos and Cracker Jacks, watching a baseball game on Saturday. If I got to spend every Saturday of my life watching baseball games, I would like to look at another baseball game and see John Morant and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar doing the same thing together.
Me too.
Congratulations to Murray State.
Congrats. I'm looking forward to this weekend. Arkansas LSU, I think it's 6 o'clock on Saturday. That's a big one.
Do people understand how the College World Series works? Sometimes I learn about stuff, and then I go, I should tell everybody about that. And then I go, they already know probably.
I'm not so sure.
Sometimes I learn about something, and I go, oh, man, that's so neat.
Go ahead and fill us in.
I should tell other people about that so they'll understand. And then at some point I go, I think most people probably already understand this.
For the sake of the discussion.
For the sake of the discussion, do you know how the College World Series works?
I think so. Do you not do the best out of 3 in this, or is it just a one-off?
Oh, Bennett, you should be so thankful that I'm here.
It's best of 3, right?
He doesn't know anything. As a lifelong Arkansas fan, he don't know nothing.
It's not best of 3?
We get there eventually.
Yeah.
But we're not there now.
So these are one-offs.
Why don't you let me tell you?
Okay, all right, let me know.
Why don't you shut the F up?
All right, go.
And let me tell
Say
you.
it.
We got 2 little 14 tournaments going on.
Uh-huh.
One of them starts on Friday, and the other one starts on Saturday. There's 8 teams in Omaha. It's actually beautiful the way it works.
Oh, it's a round robin scenario?
Shut up. Shut up and let me tell you, you don't know anything.
It's a round robin situation. Go ahead. Love a round robin.
Every guess has been wrong. I asked you how much you know about the College World Series, and you're like, all of it. And every guess has been incorrect.
I thought we were doing best of 3. That's fine. Go ahead.
It's beautiful the way they do this. It's kind of like the old men's basketball tournament in the sense that we start with 64 and it just fits perfectly on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. Right. The bracket's beautiful, all right? So we start with 64. We have a bunch of 4-team double elimination tournaments, all right?
Okay.
And then we get 16 winners out of that. And then we go to super regionals. And we pit those 16 teams against each other. These two. You got 8 little super regionals. They play best 2 out of 3. The winners of that advance to Omaha for the College World Series. Murray State and 7 other teams, including your Razorbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have 8 teams, and we make 2 little 4-team tournaments. One of them starts on Friday. One of them starts on Saturday. These are double elimination tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
So on Saturday, Murray State and UCLA will play at 1 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, LSU will play your Arkansas Razorbacks. The winners of those 2 will play. The losers will play. The losers, when they play that losers bracket game, the loser of that one will be eliminated. And the winner advances. You know how that stuff works.
Yes.
It's a double elimination tournament featuring 4 teams. The winner of what amounts to the tournament that starts on Friday will advance to the College World Series final, championship, whatever you want to call it. And the winner of the other little tournament that starts on Saturday will also advance to the College World Series final, championship, whatever you want to call it. And then we're doing best 2 out of 3 starting next Saturday, the following Saturday, to decide who gets to hold the national championship trophy. Game 1 would be Saturday. Game 2 would be Sunday. If necessary, we would get a game 3 for all the marbles on a Monday night in prime time. That game would be, I guess, 2 weeks from tonight. From 2 weeks from last night, rather.
Okay.
2 weeks from last night. And that's how the College World Series is going to unfold.
I don't like that we're in the same bracket here.
I don't like that we have to
like
meet
that either.
early.
I'd like to meet in the championship.
I was hoping I would meet you a week from Saturday.
Me too.
All right? But it ain't going to go down that way. Only one of us can get there, Bennett. I won't mind if it's you. But as always, I want it to be me.
Nah, I'm not.
Me and John are Murray State racers and Popeye Jones.
I'm not turning my back on these hogs.
Me and Popeye and Ja and our Murray State racers.
Okay.
You fired up?
I am fired up.
Yeah,
I will be watching. I've actually locked in. I'm a lifelong college baseball Arkansas Razorbacks.
You got to work on your bracket understanding a little bit more.
Well, I'm looking at it right now, and it makes more sense.
I can't have you running through the brackets all confused like you were 3 minutes ago, but hopefully I got you to a good place.
Yeah. I feel pretty good. I'm looking at like what all we had to go through, the like controversy to get. I mean, dude, come on, bro. We had to go through Tennessee, Creighton, Kansas. Y'all had to go through Duke, Georgia Tech.
We went through the Ole Miss Rebels. What are you talking about? We went through the Ole Miss Rebels.
Y'all did nothing.
We went through the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Y'all didn't.
We went through the Duke Blue. What are you talking about?
I love the story. I love the story, but come on.
Okay, so we were joking about context earlier because like this really is neat that Murray State's on the stage, not just for the first time in school history, but coming from where they came from. Like, you're not supposed to do this. And so...
What's the coach's name? Dan Skirka?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw someone say that he's the one mowing the lawn at the baseball stadium.
It's a mom and pop operation.
Yeah.
Like, no joke. Like, there are youth travel teams that are probably better funded than Murray State's baseball team, and that's not a joke.
I think that's accurate.
There are probably youth baseball travel teams, probably in DeSoto County, that are funded better than Murray State's baseball team. So they get here first time in school history. Like, they got to the Sweet Six, what amounted to the Sweet 16, and that was the first time in school history. Now they are in the Elite Eight, what amounts to the Elite Eight for the first time in school history. There's 8 teams left. And the college baseball analyst that ESPN uses Forgive me, his name escapes me, but he was, on TV right after the game concluded last night. And he said, if you're trying to wrap your head around this, because most people are familiar with men's basketball bracket, not so much baseball bracket. But he's like, if you're trying to wrap your head around this as a basketball fan or as somebody who watches March Madness every year, but is mostly unfamiliar with college baseball, understand, this is the way he put it, this is like a 13, 14, 15 seed getting to the Elite Eight. And remember how big of a story St. Peter's was a few years ago?
Yeah.
Shaheen Holloway, the Peacocks. I was doing Peacock impersonations on the Island College Basketball Podcast.
I remember.
That was a 15 seed going to the Elite Eight. That was the first time a 15 seed had ever made it that far. St. Peter's is the lowest seeded team to ever advance to the Elite Eight of the men's basketball tournament. I'm not saying what Murray State just did is that, but ESPN's college baseball analyst suggested what Murray State just did is similar to St. Peter's punching it all the way to the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament. You saw their baseball stadium. It's not even a stadium. It's a field. Like if that were at Lewisburg High School, Collierville High School, that looks like what that's supposed to look like. But that's where Murray State plays. And now they're in the College World Series, 8 teams remaining. They're one of them. Big SEC schools in there. And to get out of this little mini tournament, they would have to eliminate UCLA, LSU, and Arkansas.
All right.
Whatever you think,
stakes are high.
Whatever you think of our path to this point, Bennett, you won't be able to question us going forward.
No.
If we get out of this thing, I don't want to hear a word out of you.
I won't.
If we get out of this thing, I don't want to hear any more of your little justifications.
No, I won't. I'm good.
I don't want to hear any more rationalizations out of you. If we get out of this little thing, me, Ja, Popeye, and our Murray State Racers, I don't want to hear another word.
Okay.
You're going to put respect on the Racers' name. I know you're still skeptical that me and Ja and Popeye can get there. Well, we're going to turn you into a believer. And it starts Saturday at 1 o'clock on ESPN. We come back.
Good stuff.
We'll turn our attention to the NBA Finals because there's a report just one day before Game 3 of the NBA Finals that ABC/ESPN is thinking about tinkering with their lead broadcast team next season. This could be Doris Burke's last Finals. We touched on that, I guess it was last week. Now there's more reporting on it that suggests who could slide into that chair if she's pulled out of it. I'll tell you who it is. We'll do that next. Gary Parrish Show presented by Ortho South.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Have you always dreamed of entertaining on the biggest stage in Memphis? The Claw Crew is looking for members to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. Claw Crew members are hardworking, high-energy entertainers who assist Grizzlies home games by hyping up the crowd and much more. Not only do they support the Grizzlies at home games, but also promote in Memphis and across the Mid-South. Open auditions are Saturday, August 9th at FedEx Forum. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information and to register today. The Grizzlies, grannies, and grandpas have the right moves and are currently looking for new members to join their team for the upcoming season. These soulful seniors are a fan favorite group throughout Grizz Nation. You do not have to be a grandparent, but you must be at least 50 years old with personality, rhythm, and passion for performing. If that sounds like you, then we want to see you on Sunday, June 29th. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions for more information.
Good defense!
Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Let's go! Let's go!
Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. And that's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, in the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now, I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
One day before Game 3 of the NBA Finals tomorrow night in Indianapolis, there is a report that not only is ESPN at least considering replacing Doris Burke on its lead broadcast team next season, there's now a name attached to who could replace her. Andrew Marchand, who covers sports media, was on a podcast yesterday, and he said the choice will be made between Doris Burke and Tim Legler. What do you think?
I mean, I like both of them. I actually am one of the people that enjoys people that know how to break down the game of basketball, talking about it on air during a basketball game.
And they're both great at that.
Yeah.
But, and I'm with you, I love Doris Burke. If I'm saying who's the best at just, okay, we just watched a basketball game. Now I want you to tell me what you just saw. Who's the best at that? That's Legler.
I mean, he's great.
He is great.
He's great in that studio.
Genuinely great.
Yeah. I don't understand. So this is.
But that doesn't mean, not to interrupt, but that doesn't mean that he would be better than Doris Burke on the call. I just mean I love listening to Tim Legler talk about basketball.
No, he's really good.
But I'm used to watching him talk about basketball after the fact. The way a normal basketball game might go as it pertains to Tim Legler, the way these finals games are going, is we watch the finals, and then we go to Scott Van Pelt, and he sits down with Tim Legler, and he says, all right, Tim, tell me what you saw.
Yeah.
And that's one skill set. Doing color commentary for 2+ hours is a totally different skill set. Now, I know Tim Legler does both, and Doris can do both as well. But what might be true is Doris is better on the game and Legler's better post-game, even if they're both good at both. But this is the type of discussions and the type of decision that ESPN ABC is going to have to make in advance of next season, which is kind of weird. These are the types of things that go on in sports media all the time. But it's sort of weird to have all this out there.
Right.
And then you're doing a game tomorrow night. And I don't want to speak for Doris. Maybe she's much more level-headed than I am. But it would just make me all uncomfortable. Like I feel like I got to go out and perform in a way that...
Well, you saw Rick Carlisle say something in his pregame media availability about it. Yeah.
It's just, it feels like... The way it would feel to me is like the whole... I know on some level the whole world's watching anyway, or as many people are watching. I know this is a big stage.
Right.
But now it feels like there's unusual pressure to like... every sentence, I've got to be on my A game, or else that'll be the thing that gets clipped, and they say, this is why you got to get Tim Legler in there. It just feels weird. I know these types of decisions are made in networks all the time, but they're mostly made behind the scenes. Like, there's not some big story when Seth Davis more or less came out of the studio for CBS Sports about who's going to replace Seth Davis there. Like, that wasn't a big, like, national news story. It just sort of something that happened. And, like, you just turn on the TV, and then suddenly it's Wally Zerbiak sitting there.
Right.
Or Jay Wright sitting there, or Renee Montgomery sitting there, or whomever. But it's not like there was a story where CBS is thinking about maybe doing something with its studio show.
Right.
And they could pull one of the people out of the studio and put in somebody else in that studio. And oh, by the way, watch them all work together tomorrow.
No, it's
kind of a weird thing.
It's really only the only time you get this is with NBA Finals, like you said, and then NFL primetime games. Like anything whoever's in the booth for a primetime game in the NFL, that's one that we put under a microscope too.
Yeah. And so, like, it's just listen, they're all fine. It would just make me feel the whole and like you see Tim, like they're all in Indianapolis together, like they're probably at like lunch together, and it's like, are you trying to take my job? Mm-hmm. You know, it's just for it to be so public is unusual. I don't know which direction it'll go, but typically when they start talking about it so much that it gets public like this, then you might be on the way to having a job description change. For it to be this public where everybody is talking about it and reporting on it suggests that it's probably going a different direction than where it is right now. But I happen to, like I'd say this sincerely, I happen to enjoy both of them. I think they're both really talented, really good. Like if I owned a network and I had the NBA, I would hire both of them. Yeah. I would try to hire both of them. I think they're really, really talented. But if you're only going to put one person, you know, if you got one chair and you pick them between those two people, that can be a difficult decision. So they'll be fine no matter what, I'm certain. But yeah, just interesting sports media stuff heading into a big game tomorrow night.
Number 2.
DeMarcus Cousins is back in the news.
This was wild.
Former Kentucky Wildcat, former NBA standout, is now playing in Puerto Rico. And, ooh, buddy, it got wild in Puerto Rico. Kyra, run this video. Let's look at DeMarcus Cousins nearly either being the focal point of a possible brawl or the actual instigator of a possible brawl. Hey, what is he doing? I think that's called... Uh-oh. Now, here we go. Let's go. Let's start throwing stuff. And having known DeMarcus Cousins for quite some time, he is definitely the type who would be ready to at least try to fight these people.
There's another clip, too, before that happened.
Where he's doing something with the courtside fan.
Yeah, now, I will say, dude, because that's, I guess, where this all this buildup started. That one, I think, is completely justified. That the one where the guys, we can't show it because the guy's throwing the middle finger at him. Dude, and he is like this close to his face with his fingers. I'm like, bro, that's invading someone's personal space. Like, you're getting shoved for that.
I hear you. Except we play basketball games in this world every day. And there are people sitting that close to the court every day. And when's the last time you saw a scene like that, whether it was in Puerto Rico or anywhere else?
The Malice at the Palace, I guess.
I mean, certainly more recently than that.
Yeah, there's probably been something recently than that.
You're proving my point. This is the DeMarcus Cousins thing. It starts with a DeMarcus Cousins thing. Most basketball players just ignore all the crazy, weird stuff that's said to them and yelled at them and done to them. Like all the time, my little guys are like getting into little... I mean, I guess they're fist fights, and it always starts with he was looking at me the wrong way, or I get it. He said something to me, or every once in a while we'll get in, like he flipped me off. Yes, I got an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old, and they flip each other off to aggravate each other. Your day's coming.
Yeah,
your kids are gonna flip each other off too. All right, and I'm always just like, this is what I try to tell them. Can we just ignore it? Can we just ignore each other? Like, can we ever get to a point where him looking at you doesn't make you want to hit him, and him flipping you off doesn't make you want to kick him? Can we just be like, because I think if we stop reacting to it, it'll stop happening. Like if I know as an 8-year-old, if I flip you off, it will enrage you every time. Then every time I want to enrage you, that's my go-to. That's the life I'm living right now. But if every time the 8-year-old flips you off, you just ignore it. You don't even blink. You don't even acknowledge that it happened. He will stop doing that at some point because it's no longer effective. These are the conversations I have daily. And it would be the same conversation I would have with DeMarcus Cousins. Do you think these basketball fans You think the only person they're being weird with, yelling crazy stuff at, is DeMarcus Cousins? No, basketball fans are the worst. Some of them. You ever go to a game, get down there close? Some of the things people say. No,
it's wild.
It's insane. Insane.
Although I will say the NBA does a really good job of policing it.
They better than they used to be.
Better than most sports
leagues.
Better
than most.
Better than most leagues, for sure.
Okay, that's fair. But still, like, some wild stuff gets said. Some stuff gets said at a basketball game directed at basketball players that you would never say to another man or woman in real life. LeBron James hears things every game that he never hears outside of the court. LeBron James can walk in any restaurant in America. People just take pictures and say, "What's up, King? We love you, King." He steps on a basketball court, people call him everything bad in the book. And he mostly just ignores it because you learn to do that. Learn to just ignore it. And then there's DeMarcus Cousins, who can't help himself because for much of his life that I've been aware of his existence, he has not been able to help himself. Hand to heart, what I'm about to tell you is true. Of the, let's just say 10 times I've been in a social type setting, something outside of a basketball game around DeMarcus Cousins. And it might not even be 10, let's call it 5. Do you realize I have witnessed him almost getting to a fight at least 3 times that I can think of? At least 3 times I have seen DeMarcus Cousins almost get into a fight. One was at Peach Jam way back when he was a high school student. I was literally sitting in the lobby of the Riverview Parks Activity Center doing a sit-down interview on camera with Tim Floyd, who I guess was the coach at USC at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to stop the interview because DeMarcus Cousins and another high school player were what amounts to bullying some other kid. And it got to the point where Tim Floyd stood up and said, "Enough, enough," yelling at DeMarcus Cousins, all right? Had to break that up. That's a real thing that happened. That same year, the way Augusta works, there's like 2 nice hotels. 2, and like none of them are the Ritz-Carlton, but like 2, there's a nice Marriott and a nice Sheraton. And basically the whole world sets up shop at this Marriott. And there's a nice little restaurant. And I'm just telling you, if you ever want to see every college basketball coach in the world, walk into the restaurant at the Marriott in Augusta during Peach Jam at 10 p.m. any night. This table's John Calipari and whoever John Calipari would be hanging out with, Bruiser Flint. All right. This table's John Shire and whomever. Over here is Hubert Davis. Right there is Chris Beard, and it's just every table is college bat. Like in years past, you'd walk in and there's like Mike Krzyzewski and Jim Boeheim at this table, and you're at this table, and it's just that type of scene. And then eventually the restaurant closes, and everybody double fist out the restaurant, and then it sets up shop in the lobby, and you're just hanging out until all the drinks are gone. It's a normal Peach Jam. I don't remember who the recruiting analyst was, but one of the recruiting analysts happened to be hanging out in the lobby with me and some other people. And this was after midnight, like late at night. And this is all, like, I believe, it wasn't a time where everybody was walking around with a smartphone in their hand and you could just check anything on your phone. We weren't quite there yet. At least this is the way I remember it. But there was a computer center in the lobby of the Marriott. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. You see that work area? And players would go in there and get on those computers and like check read anything about what was being written about them at Peach Jam. In other words, they jump on Rivals or
yeah, I got you.
And what did somebody write about me today? Where am I ranked at today? And the recruiting analyst had written something or posted something that was unfavorable toward DeMarcus Cousins. And next thing I know, DeMarcus Cousins is in the lobby confronting the recruiting analyst to the point where, like, where is this going? Like, is he really about to fight the recruiting analyst in the lobby at 12:30 at night? To be clear, it didn't get there and never got close to there, but it was weird. It was just it was a confrontation, undeniably. And then there's a time in Las Vegas we're out there for whatever we're out there for. And it's a long time ago, several years. At dinner, I don't remember who all was there, but I remember Jeff Goodman was there. So we were all at dinner at some steakhouse in Vegas, and we're walking out of the steakhouse. Maybe we're at the Cosmopolitan. Maybe it was STK. And just because this happens in Vegas all the time, you're just walking out of the restaurant, and there's DeMarcus Cousins standing over here, like by the slot machines or something. He's just there. And he sees Goodman, and Goodman had, I don't know, tweeted something about him. Who knows? And DeMarcus Cousins confronts him. And we were on our way somewhere else. And I just remember being like, I'm not going to stand here and just watch these two idiots argue all night. Because it was like 10 minutes. They're in each other's face. And I don't think anybody was ever going to throw a punch, but it was like, it was a confrontation. And finally, you know, it went away. But I just remember like, I'm not going to be up there. Somebody was like, do you need to walk over there? And I'm like, DeMarcus Cousins doesn't like me either. He had me blocked on Twitter since he was in college because I once referred to him as a knucklehead. He blocked me on Twitter. So I was like, I'm not going over and getting in the middle of this. He don't like me either. If it's going to get real bad, I don't want no part of it. 3 different times I've almost seen DeMarcus Cousins, or 3 different times I've seen DeMarcus Cousins in confrontations. When he was entering the draft, I wrote something about him. I think I wrote a whole column. And I basically called it the knucklehead rule. It still gets referenced every once in a while, the knucklehead rule. I'll have somebody tweet me that every once in a while. When somebody who consistently or regularly gets in trouble again. Pac-Man Jones. Do you see he just got arrested again?
Yes.
Like Hall of Fame member of the knucklehead rule. And the whole column, the premise was, listen, people can change, sure. And I hope I do someday. But by and large, people kind of are who they are. And if you have problems controlling your emotions or just always involved in something extracurricular, my history of covering not just athletes, but people is that they rarely shed all of it. They can get better, get it under control, work on themselves. But if you're a knucklehead, you're probably always going to be a knucklehead. And my fear with selecting DeMarcus Cousins too high in this draft has got nothing to do with the basketball ability. I have no doubt that he's going to be an incredible professional basketball player. But you are going to run into issues with him, whether it's in year 1 or year 7. You're going to run into issues with him where you go, what are we dealing with right now? Why is he like this? Why did he do that? Oh my God, he's a knucklehead. You're going to run into that. And I think that's what triggered the block on social media. But was it right? Because he's been a knucklehead his entire career. Very talented, but total knucklehead. And if you'd have told me, hey, there's a former high-profile NBA player who's now playing in a different country and nearly got involved in a brawl this week in Puerto Rico, take some guesses. I'd have got to DeMarcus Cousins really quickly, even before I saw that. So, thankfully, it didn't get like Malice in the Palace, and there wasn't a bunch of haymakers thrown, but it was a wild scene. And the guy who was in the middle of it has spent a lot of his life just right in the middle of stuff like that.
Number 3.
BET Awards were last night. They were a blast. We had fun.
Did you have fun?
We watched it all, Ben. Last night,
I watched it too.
We had BET Awards up on the main screen. College baseball on this one until we got to the ninth, then we switched it up for a minute because we wanted to celebrate it appropriately. Murray State and Duke. And then Raw on Netflix right here. But it was a perfect night. We were having a blast. Kevin Hart hosted. He was hilarious.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
He's good. Do you know how tall he is?
He's good. Not tall.
I know, but do you know the number? Because there was this scene, there was this one moment last night where he looked extra small on stage. And
was that on purpose, though?
I think so.
Yeah.
And Kelly was like, how tall is he really? And so I did the Google on it. Take a guess. How tall is Kevin Hart actually?
5'4".
5'2.5".
Wow.
He is tiny.
He's the king.
Like
of
when
the
you think
short
of
kings. He's number one short king.
Yeah. I used to say I'm 5'8". I don't think it's true. I don't think it was ever true.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever actually touched 5'8". But if you looked at my real ID driver's license, it would say 5'8". But I don't think it's true. I think I'm closer to 5'7". All right? And that's considered short. Like, I'm a short man. I understand that. I got it. 5'2.5". I post him up all day.
Yeah, that's really short.
I put him on my back hip. I post him up all day. I mean, you let me set up shop in there, I'm going to give him the business all day long.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, he looks like a pretty fit guy. Like, I don't.
But I got 4 inches on
I think
him.
he's played in like a lot of those celebrity all-star games and stuff.
I've played in a celebrity all-star game,
Okay,
Bennett.
I'm just
All
saying.
right?
I don't know.
Just like if we're going to start
I
talking
think
about,
he could hold his own.
I got 4 inches on Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
I get him back here. I get him back here on this hip.
Mm-hmm.
It's night-night.
Okay.
It's night-night. All right? He's little bitty.
Okay.
But he's funny. He was great. He's like really good at that. He did a great job hosting that. Glow performed. She was terrific.
Yeah.
She won the Gospel Award.
The Gospel Award?
She won the Gospel Award. If you was asking me 3 years ago, what's going to be the first BET award Glow ever wins, I wouldn't have said the Gospel Award. Mm-hmm. But she won it, and then she had an acceptance speech. She's awesome. Let's watch Glow accept her first BET award.
First of all, I want to thank God, because this is the Gospel Award, huh? This is my first BET Award, even though I've been here 3 years to get nominated 6 times, 8 times. It's a blessing to get the Gospel Award first, because I owe it all to God. Shout out to BET, too. I love BET, too. Shout out to Kirk Franklin. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of scared to ask him for a feature on this song because y'all know how I be rapping. But I was like, oh my God, when he said yes, I was so excited. I had this song in the bar for so long. Shout out to Maverick City, Kiara Sherd. Don't mind my accent, don't laugh at me. First of all,
she's the best.
She's awesome.
She's the best of us.
Well, so she won it because she had a song featuring Kirk Franklin.
That's right.
That's got to be why, yeah.
And she was in the opening monologue. You know, like, you know how it is. You watch a live award show, and the host comes out and like, and Taylor Swift is here. You know, they do that type of thing. And oh, look over here, and oh, look, it's Post Malone. You know, they say all these things, right? So they're doing that for the BET Awards last night. It's like Snoop Dogg, but Glow. She was big. She's big enough where she needs to be recognized in the monologue as being here. And she's sitting with Yo Gotti and Moneybagg Yo. And it's like she could have been sitting there with me and you. Like the camera didn't care about them at all. Kevin Hart didn't care about them at all. It was all Glow. She's the star. She's the biggest star we got now.
I think she's our biggest star.
She's our biggest star.
I think she
I mean,
is
Jai's our biggest star, but like...
No, in music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, unless we're still claiming Justin Timberlake, but I'm not, do we? I don't know. That's not up to me. I mean, Justin Timberlake is still a star, but like Glow's popping right now. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. That's interesting. Who would sell more tickets?
Who would sell more tickets to a show at FedEx Forum tonight? Justin Timberlake or Glow?
She's got a show coming up at FedEx Forum.
Okay,
yeah.
here's the test. Kyra, weigh on this. Help us. We announce at noon that Justin Timberlake is FedEx Forum tonight, 7 o'clock, first come, first serve. Come get your tickets. They're $5 each. So like, let's make them, everybody can afford it in theory, or at least a lot of people can. All right. Same deal for Glow. Or who fills the building up? And maybe we need to make the tickets a little more so that we can see who really wants to go and who doesn't really want to go. I'm not arguing who is the bigger artist over the arc of their career. All right.
It's him.
I mean, he's been in a Super Bowl. Like, let's relax.
Right.
But right now in this moment, if we got to fill an arena, who's doing that better tonight? It's probably still Justin Timberlake.
Maybe. I think you're probably right. But I think it's way closer than. I think it's really close.
Okay, here's a different one, and I don't think this one's close at all. You are most likely to stumble in. Today's June 10th, 2025. You're going to stumble into a song. What's more likely? Just like out in the wild, you're just like, you're living your life.
It's her.
It's not even close.
Yeah,
you will
Glow.
stumble into a Glow song before you'll stumble into a Timberlake song on June 10th, 2025, and it's not even close.
I think that's true.
I mean, I hear her songs at youth baseball tournaments.
Right.
All right. Just in between innings, they're, playing music and like you'll hear Glow. She's a star.
Mm-hmm.
And she's hilarious.
Yeah, and rather like I think you're right. If ticket prices were the same, I think it's still probably Timberlake, but I think it's close.
I'm so proud of her.
I am too, man.
Like genuinely like proud of her. Do you know what? Like her story's bananas.
It's awesome.
Like the rise and she was a prime candidate for this is going to come and go. Like the perfect, like if you would have asked me to predict, I said, yeah, like will I know, will she still be relevant 3 years from the day F&F went massive? Where is this 3 years from today? I said, I don't know. I don't know. And it's just hit after hit after hit. She's confident on stage. Like her performance last night, she's just filled with confidence. She's great. I'm proud of her.
Yeah, that was a cool moment.
Kendrick won all the awards.
I would have given her Best Female Artist, though.
Wow. You should have voted. You didn't vote.
I think Doechii took that one, right?
Doechii won, and then not shouted out, but like she got the most political with her acceptance speech. Because like it's scary times in LA right now. Like you've seen what's going on out there. We ain't got to get into it, but like
you don't want to get into it for a few minutes.
I mean, I'm happy to get into it.
I
just feel like
I'll pass.
You know what? Like
let's wait till it escalates a little more.
Well, in all seriousness, this is the type of thing like what's happening in LA right now that on 92.9 10 years ago I would have led the show on. I just would have. And when I did things like that, I'm glad that I did. But it doesn't feel right to just come on and be like. It just doesn't, I don't know. It doesn't feel like that's what I should be talking about to open a show at 10 o'clock in the morning under the sports umbrella. But I do recognize I don't talk about that stuff as much, that type of stuff as much as I used to. And I don't know why, although I have some theories. One is that I knew on 92.9 that I was often talking to people who don't like me and don't agree with me. And maybe I could say something that would register with them. Because people really do just get into cars and turn on the radio station and whoever's listening is listening. Like you don't have to actually be a fan of the person talking to just stumble into them if you are somebody who still listens to radio in the year 2025. But I imagine like if you're here every day, you know who I am. You know what I think. And you probably think closer to me than what the audience I previously had thought. So who am I really talking to? Who am I really trying to convince? I mean, I can get a bunch of thumbs up in a chat, I guess, if I go on these monologues, but it just feels like it's not, I don't know. I just noticed that I don't dabble, but I still pay attention to it and am still troubled by certain things. And, it's weird times. And Doechii took her moment to provide some attention for that because it was literally happening right outside of where they were. Maybe not right across.
Was that in LA? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so, yes, she used that moment to discuss what's happening in this country right now, and there's a lot of weird stuff happening in the country right now. But outside of that, it was largely just a fun award show, everybody getting their jokes off. Obviously, Kendrick Lamar was the most nominated artist, and he won the most awards. He took home Album of the Year for GNX, Best Male Hip Hop Artist, Video and Director of the Year, Best Collab, blah, blah, blah. He showed up. There was some question about whether he was going to be there or not.
It is still it feels like a big award show, even though the network is like, and it's kind of the same, honestly, for MTV. Like I don't know how many people still watch MTV, but it feels like people still watch that MTV music.
I still watch
show.
them.
Yeah, I do too.
I know I'm aged out of it.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know a lot of people that watch BET, but I know a lot of people that watch the BET Awards.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I love live music award shows. Too. I'll watch any of them.
Yep.
But I won't tweet about them because I already know what the replies are. Why are you watching the MTV Awards? Don't you know you're almost 50? And I'm like, yeah, but I still like music and I still like knowing who the relevant people are, and I'm still entertained by them. Like, I'm not the old guy who sits around talking about they don't make music like they used to and just put on Pearl Jam. That's not who I am. I want to listen to all of it.
Dig all kinds.
I want to listen to all the new music. Like, Ray Vaughn puts out a new album, I want to hear it. Chappell Roan puts out a new album, I want to hear it. Anything that's relevant, I want to hear it. I might not listen to it twice, but I want to hear it at least once. So I still like to watch all these things because it helps me like understand what's happening out there. And so I watch them all. But there was some thought, will Kendrick even be there or not? And it was clear he was not there from the beginning because they would have had the camera all over him, like they had the camera all over Snoop and Glow and everybody else. And they just did not. You did not see Kendrick Lamar on the telecast until he won the award for Album of the Year. And then it was like, is he here? And then he gets up and walks up there. But I bet you he'd gotten there 2 minutes earlier. It was probably one of those deals where we're doing Album of the Year at this time. And yeah, you can just walk in 2 minutes before that and we'll handle it. And he gave a short acceptance speech. I think, because then the question is like, why was he there? Because he didn't go to the American Music Awards. And that was like CBS, like big network television. I don't want to speak for him. I think he believes it was important for him to be there because it is BET. Because nobody in the history of hip hop has had a bigger year than him. And that's like not hyperbole. There's never been a rapper who has had a bigger year than the past year for him. Literally the biggest rap song of all time. Whether you think it's the best, that's no different, but it's the biggest. It is not like us, it's the biggest rap song of all time. It's the most listened to album a rap album of 2025, even though it was released in 2024, GNX. It will rack up all the Grammys next year. Stadium tour, incredible. Breaking records basically every night of shows. First artist to ever get a Gatorade ad. Got the Louis V thing. I think given where he is at in his career, he felt like it was important for him to be there in that moment, particularly before what is going to be a interesting weekend. Do you know what happens this weekend? Are you aware of this? Sometimes I don't even know if like anybody who doesn't live in their little computer is aware of like these types of things. This weekend is the Toronto shows. They're taking the GNX tour to Canada, to Toronto. And that is just, it has the potential to get weird.
That's kind of fun.
I'm nervous about it.
Oh, no.
I'm paranoid by nature. I admit that, but I just don't like any of this.
Come on, man. It's Toronto.
All it takes is one crash out.
Nah.
For somebody to try to do something stupid.
I don't think so.
And then something stupid happens.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but I'm like, it's not out of my head completely.
I think it'll be all right.
I hope so, but like this is a genre of music where terrible things have happened. And there has never been a rap beef as intense as this one, as public as this one, as big as this one. I'm like you. I don't think anything will happen. But it is in my head somewhere that something stupid could happen this weekend. Yeah, I don't like it.
It'd be exciting.
I hope it goes smoothly. But to circle back, I think he believes it was important for him to be on that stage, on that network last night. Not on any network and not on any stage, but specifically that stage and that network last night, given the year that he's having. So it was cool to see him. The whole night was fun. Jamie Foxx accepted an Icon Award.
Oh, man, that was sad. You were talking about a tearjerker.
I teared up again.
Man.
Couldn't stop crying last night. Between Murray State Baseball and Jamie Foxx, I couldn't stop crying.
Like when he was talking about, like when he was, he thought he was on it and he just like begged God, like, please just give me one more chance. Like, I was like, damn, man. That's heavy. Yeah.
Here's an opinion I hold. Tell me what you think of this. I think being scared is a great moment in life as long as it's just a scare. As long as I think coming close to losing something is wildly beneficial. As long as you don't actually lose it.
Yeah, I get that.
Whether it's your life, in his case, a job, a relationship, it can make you appreciate it more. If you're Jamie Foxx, and he seemed to suggest this, like you're just sort of going through life, everything's great. You want to be an award-winning actor? Do that. You want to be an award-winning musician? Do that. You want to be an award-winning comedian? Do that. You want to go on a date with this person? Do that. You want to buy this? Do that. Life, I mean, I can't imagine how much fun Jamie Foxx's life was. And then it's boom, out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. And they're thinking you weren't going to make it. Like they were thinking
we thought he was going to die.
Yeah. And at the very least, like, have long-term issues connected to the medical emergency he went through. And yet he's back working, and I don't want to say there's no lingering effects from what he went through. I don't know. But he's back working, and he could stand on stage last night and deliver a 10-minute speech, and his daughters were there, and he was crying, and they were crying. And he really did seem to suggest that what I'm trying to say is there's some truth to it. Like, he didn't have a proper appreciation for just life, for just breathing, until it was almost taken from him. And now he has a new appreciation for life at an older age that he never had when he was in his 20s, 30s, 40s, or any other time pre this medical emergency. I think those types of moments, I mean, I'd prefer never to have them, obviously, but I do think they should. Maybe they don't always, but buddy, they should help you, I don't know, recalibrate your outlook and not take so many things for granted the way a lot of people, myself included sometimes, take things for granted. So whatever you wanted at the BET Awards last night, you had it, man. Fun performances, funny moments, sweet moments like the Jamie Foxx moment. Fun night of television. Long. Yep. Buddy, they kept it on all night. It was long. We started in the living room, had to finish in the bed. I'm not sure if everybody kept their eyes open through the final minute, but it was a fun award show. Congrats to Glorilla.
Number 4.
America defeated Canada last night, not only at the BET Awards, but also in the sport of hockey. In the sport of hockey, Bennett.
Looks like it's going to happen again.
6-1, Panthers over Oilers. Florida is now just 2 wins away from going back to back. I know you sided with the Oilers.
I did.
Are you having second thoughts?
Yeah, clearly. I should have stuck with my guy Sam Bennett and the Florida Panthers. I have been sticking with him every game.
You went against America, and now you're paying a price.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like, when was the last time they won? 93? It was like 93, 94, Canada. Last time they won a Stanley Cup. It's been a long time.
Looks like it's going to be even longer. Looks like it's going to be at least till...
That's why I wanted this for Edmonton,
Looks like it's going to be at least till 2026.
It's not over.
I know it's not over.
What are we,
Bennett.
3-1? It's 3-1?
No, it's 2-1.
Oh, come on. We're going back to Edmonton, aren't we?
Not yet.
Oh, they play the first two there. It's like NBA. Okay.
Yeah. Barring a surprise, Bennett, barring a surprise, with the Panthers minus 150 on Thursday's Game 4, barring a surprise being an upset, the Florida Panthers are going to be up 3-1, headed back to Edmonton for a Game 5, at which point the Oilers would need to win Game 5, 6, and 7 to prevent Florida from going back-to-back. I don't think they can do it. I don't think they have it in them. I don't see it in them.
They got some great players.
You can use your own eyes. Look for yourself. But with these eyes, I don't see it in them.
Mm-hmm. I think Connor McDavid will have something to say about that.
Well, he didn't have much to say last night.
I think he'll have something to say about that.
They were down 2-0 after 1, down 4-1 after 2. Blowout.
Yeah, they got
in
blasted.
Progress.
I believe someone from Florida scored a goal in like the first 30 seconds of the game or something like that.
Got to set the tone.
Yeah.
You have to set the tone.
Yeah.
All right?
It's tough.
It's tough. Congratulations to the Panthers. 2 more wins, and they'll hoist the trophy again.
Number 5.
All right. There's a wild scene in Las Vegas.
Really wild.
So let me walk you through this. Mm-hmm. There's a fellow.
Kyrie, you got the video? I'm just kidding.
Don't you put this on. There's a fellow named Sin City Manny Wise. All right? You're going to have to follow me here. But there's a fellow named Sin City Manny Wise.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is kind of a cool name. He is a Vegas guy.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
I got no issues with his name. Call yourself whatever you want.
It's original. It's unique. Okay.
Yeah. So Sin City Manny Wise, he's a YouTuber. Mm-hmm. Which means you make videos on YouTube, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what being a YouTuber makes?
Yes.
Am I a YouTuber?
I think you can consider yourself a YouTuber, yes.
I would like to.
Yeah.
Going forward, let's...
Or maybe you're a podcaster that just has a platform on YouTube. I don't know if you can claim YouTuber.
I would like to be a YouTuber. I think that would be more impressive to my children if they could say, my dad's a YouTuber.
Yeah. I think you have to be more like... I think you have to do more like hijinks type stuff, like to be a YouTuber. I don't think you can just sit in front of a microphone and call yourself a YouTuber. I think you have to do like stunts and stuff.
Shit, I don't know how to do any stunts.
Right.
I don't know how to stunt. I don't know how to do any stunts. All right, maybe I'm not a YouTuber. I'd like to be.
I think you're a YouTuber. I think you're a YouTuber.
Okay. Whether I am or not, Sin City Manny Wise is.
Mm-hmm.
He makes videos on YouTube, and that's how you become a YouTuber.
Okay.
Okay. Well, there's this other fella named Finney the Legend, also a YouTuber. So what we have here are two Las Vegas-based YouTubers.
His name not as cool.
Not as cool as Sin City Manny Wise.
What is it? Finney the Legend?
Finney the Legend, capital D.
It's okay.
It's fine. So Finney the Legend and Sin City Manny Wise have been beefing, all right? And at the core of their beef, I gather, is that this is what YouTubers do to each other sometimes. They call in copyright strikes on each other.
Yes. Oh, God,
and
yes.
if you get so many strikes, then your page can get shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And in some cases, you could take real money away from people. Like, there are people who make their living on YouTube. Like, that's a real thing.
Yeah. That's why we're so careful about stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like with music and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just come on here and play
whatever you want.
No. You get pulled down. Right. Like, I had videos from a Jay-Z Beyonce concert from years ago on my Facebook page. Like, we went to Atlanta. We saw Jay and Beyonce. It was great.
And it got taken down.
Every video got taken down.
Wow.
They ripped them straight off my Facebook page. Like a personal Facebook page.
Yeah, they did. That was big when Taylor Swift was really making it big. That was like a big thing that we discussed because I was working in music radio too. And that was like one of the big things we discussed is like you can't post videos of the Taylor Swift concert on our pages. Yeah.
And it's I mean, I have other videos from other concerts and they stay up. But the Beyonce stuff, the Beyonce stuff got taken down. I just was on Facebook one day. I was like, oh, where's those videos? Because there was like one video where like Beyonce's right in front of us. And I don't know. It was late at night. I was like, and I was like, what happened to all those videos? And they're just gone. They're gone forever. I mean, I guess they're on my phone, but whatever. Yeah. So they were calling in these copyright violation things on each other. And like in some cases, on some level, either costing each other money or potentially costing each other money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sin City Manny Wise had reached a point where he had had enough. He said enough is enough. And so on Saturday, he is driving around Las Vegas, got his camera on his car, like looking around. He's talking into the camera. And he's like, if I find you, Finney the Legend.
Man.
If I find you, Finney the Legend, pop. And I'm like, okay, he's just talking. I've seen YouTubers before.
Yeah, dude, I saw the video. Don't judge a book by its cover because I was like, is this dude joking? I mean, come on.
I seen YouTubers say some wild stuff. I'm like, he's just saying some wild stuff.
I saw that video and I was like, he is so full of it. Like, he is not about that life. Just stop, dude.
Okay.
I thought it was embarrassing.
I was embarrassed for...
Yes, it was an embarrassing video.
Sin City Manny Wise, I thought it was an embarrassing video.
Yes.
If you'd asked me to call something, I would have called BS.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Fast forward to the next day.
Not so much.
Not so much. Finney the Legend and his wife, Bubbly, beautiful couple, they're setting up a video right in front of the Bellagio fountains.
I mean, an image everyone has seen, even if you haven't been to Vegas like me.
Bennett, you've never been to Vegas.
Never.
And yet it wouldn't surprise me.
Never been invited, yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me still if you had a video of yourself in front of the Bellagio fountains, because everybody on the planet's got a video.
Right.
Even if you've never been there, I'd be like, I bet he's still got
an iconic image.
I bet he's still got a picture in front of those fountains. Everybody has pictures in front of those fountains. There ain't nobody who's ever been to Vegas. I know you've never been to Vegas, despite the fact that you work for an NBA franchise and Summer League is there every summer. I know you've never been. But just trust me when I tell you, as somebody who has been, everybody stands in front of those fountains. Everybody's walked past those fountains. So, Finney the Legend and Bubbly are setting up the camera. They're getting ready to go. And then you see Sin City Manny Wise walk in the background, just like any other person. But you go, but if you know it like I know it, you're like, holy God.
That's him.
That's Sin City Manny Wise. I think that's Sin City Manny Wise. So you see him walk by and you're like, Well, hopefully he just walks by and didn't even notice they were there. But then the next thing you see, he does a U-turn, pulls out a gun. He didn't waste no time. Pop, pop. Bubbly goes and grabs her camera, because I guess if you're a YouTuber, your instincts are just to always grab the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Guess you're just wired that way. She grabs the camera, but she doesn't seem to hold it long because she got popped too.
Did she really? I didn't realize that.
Oh, they're both dead.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I thought her reaction was not... That was not a great reaction in the moment. That she was just like, "Are you serious right now?"
And he was like, "Oh, I'll show you how serious I am.
Yeah.
You're going to get one of these too." They're both dead.
Damn.
They died YouTubing. They died doing what they loved. At least they died doing what they loved. That's not okay.
I never thought I would have gotten to this. Just seeing Sin City Manny-Wise's videos, I would have never thought I would have gotten to this.
How intense of a YouTube beef do you need to be in to just show up and pop a man and a wife?
Apparently not that intense.
On video. And here's the funny thing. They both had like a few thousand subscribers. This is not the Paul brothers, okay? This is not Logan and Jake. This is not a war between Logan and Jake Paul.
Mm-hmm.
These are just
Vegas YouTubers
who trick themselves into thinking they matter to somebody.
Well, if they're getting paid, they clearly do.
It just seemed like if this were baseball, it would be like single A YouTubing.
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
There's levels to this.
If there's Major League Baseball YouTubers, you know what I mean? Like that level of YouTubers, this is like single A YouTubing in Las Vegas. But it ends in a war. He just showed it. Like, you have to know, when you go to do that, you know that I am killing people on camera with 50,000 witnesses.
What a dumbass.
I am going to jail for the rest of my life, but I don't care because Finney the Legend has to die tonight. Period. Whatever else happens has to happen, but Finney the Legend and Bubbly, they got to go tonight. Can you imagine getting to that point? People do get to that point where it's just like, I don't care about me anymore, but you can't live anymore. And that's the legend that Sin City Manny-Wise, that's the place where Sin City Manny-Wise got. He got to that place.
Like, a lot of people will say we got a gun problem in this country. I think we got an impulse control problem in this country.
Well, both things can be true.
I mean, come on, dude. The stakes are very low here.
Oh, I'm saying both things are true.
Yes.
Like Sin City Manny-Wise is bananas. But we do also have a gun problem in this country.
Sure.
If you want to go back to 1992-9 Parrish show.
No. I'm good.
We do have a gun.
I don't want to argue with you about
just because I don't bring it up every day, we still have a gun problem in this country.
Yeah,
a 3-year-old shoots themselves in this city every week. Go to WREG.com. I promise you there's a story on there somewhere within the past week about some 3-year-old just shooting himself in the head.
Yikes.
Foot, stomach. And the story's always the same. The child found the gun laying on the bed. The child found the gun sitting on the couch. The child found the gun. There's some story. A woman got shot in the car because the gun slid under the seat to the back seat. Kid picked it up, pulled the trigger. Right? So we do have a gun problem in this country, but we also have a Sin City Manny-Wise problem. There are too many people they go straight to that.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before. There was a time in my life when I was young where you'd be out, and you'd see fist fights all the time.
Yes.
And it was just like, I never remember thinking
someone's going to pull out a gun.
I never remember thinking that. It was just not in my head. I never remember thinking, if he hits him one more time, this guy's just going to pull out a gun and pop him. I never remember that thought even being in my head. Similarly, while sitting in a classroom for 12 straight years, first grade through senior year, I never once thought about a school shooter. Never once popped into my head.
Right.
Now, every kid in America thinks about that, or at least has had some sort of drill or some thought put in their head. And if I saw a fight anywhere in America tonight, anywhere in America, on Bill Street, in Collierville, at a youth baseball complex, if I saw a real fight break out, in my head I would be going, how long before somebody pulls out a gun and ends this?
I think that's true.
That's not a thought I used to have, but it is a thought I have now. And so when you combine a gun problem in this country with, as you put it, an impulse problem in this country, that's an awful combination.
Yes.
And in all seriousness, we can joke about YouTubers and stuff, but like that's a real man and a real woman who were just living their life, and they got murdered on this Las Vegas trip over nothing.
Minor YouTube beef
over what?
Yeah,
I don't know exactly how death works, but if there is a scenario where you're like looking back on your life from this other place, you'd be like, I can't believe it ended like that. That's you're crazy.
Right.
I can't believe I was talking crazy to a fellow YouTuber and it ended up with us getting shot on the strip. That's a wild way for our life to be over, isn't it?
What are you gonna
Anyway,
do?
the video's out there if you want to see it. It's all captured on video. If you want to see,
it's making the rounds.
If you want to see Sin City Manny Wise pull the trigger, but he's gonna have a tough time trying to beat this case, isn't he? I mean, it's on video. That's another problem with trying to kill a fellow YouTuber. Decent chance they're gonna have a camera running.
Yes.
You know, that's what YouTubers do. They have cameras running all the time. Just keep that in mind going forward.
Yep.
That's for all of you. Be back with GP's Carryout.
For Jaren Jackson Jr. in 7 years to have the following resume is very impressive. Second team all defense this year. He's a 2-time All-Star. He's a 2-time first team all defense, 2-time leader in blocks. Made the all-rookie first team back in his first year in the league.
You left off Defensive Player of the Year.
And Defensive Player of the Year.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
With a knockaway. Good defense. Durant attacking, spinning, hanging, and hitting.
Let's go! Let's go!
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals takes it straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Welcome back, Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South. We're inside the Built Ford Tough studio. Let's wrap it up with GP's Carryout.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we learn today?
A whole bunch of stuff, but we mostly focused on college baseball, believe it or not, because my Murray State Racers advanced to the College World Series last night. 5-4 victory over Duke in Durham. And now MSU is in the College World Series for the first time in history. Obviously, they're going to be heavy underdogs in Omaha. But guess where else they were heavy underdogs, Bennett?
Durham.
Guess where else?
Oxford.
How many times we got to prove people wrong? How many times are we going to be doubted before people start to believe?
Only a few more.
Only a few more.
Yep.
I think by definition, it can only be a few more.
Yep.
Either the doubters will be able to say, see, I told you they weren't built for this.
Right.
I mean, that's cute, but now you're in Omaha. All right? It's a different deal. Or you're going to have to stop doubting. Either way, in all seriousness, incredible story. If you're thinking of it in basketball terms, it's about like a 13, 14 seed advancing to the Elite Eight of the men's basketball tournament. That's what Murray State being in what amounts to the Elite Eight of the college baseball tournament. That's how it should be sized up, according to baseball analyst I watched last night on television. So we'll see where it goes from here. But game one for the Racers, it's going to be Saturday afternoon against UCLA.
What's today's biggest game?
I'm taking you to the WNBA.
Oh, the W.
I'm taking
All
you
right.
to the W.
All right.
You think this is one of those shows that's just going to ignore the WNBA because Caitlin's sidelined? No, sir.
Let's do it.
No, sir. We will still focus on the WNBA. Tonight, we've got the Sky and the Liberty. They're doing it in the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. 7 o'clock. You can watch it on ESPN. Ooh, buddy. Wait till you see this number. Liberty are 8-0. Sky are 2-5. They've been struggling. It's the Liberty minus 17.5. The total is 164.5. And I don't know if you know how big that Murray State win was for you last night. Because we were laying 100 to get 210. You added 2.1 units last night. And I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this about yourself. But heading into yesterday, you were negative 2.1 units. You won 2.1 units last night with my Racers. So now, your record is 232, 210, and 4. You are exactly even 0.0 units. You have made 446 wagers on this show, and you are exactly even. I'm proud of you, Bennett.
Okay.
You
The
weren't
stakes
always
are high.
even. You weren't always even. But now you got to decide, you want to lay 17.5 with the Liberty or take 17.5 with the Sky?
I think I'm going to go Liberty here. I think I'm going to go Liberty. You know I'm an Angel Reese fan, too.
Doesn't sound like it. Every Angel Reese fan I know would take 17.5 points.
I mean, they lost to him by 25 a couple weeks ago.
They're not good. They're not good. That's the other thing. They're not good.
Yeah.
Lay it if you want to lay it. I'm not.
Yeah.
Let's lay it.
I'll take the Liberty.
Bennett said he's laying
I'll take the
17.5. Tips at 7 o'clock on ESPN.
What's
No, we already did that.
biggest game? What are we watching on TV?
All right. Does it bug you when I say, hey, you got to watch this? Does it put pressure on you?
Not really, because sometimes I just don't.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I never want to feel like I'm putting pressure on
No,
you.
I'm good.
The mortuary is insane.
Okay, I do need to dive into that.
You do need to dive into
Okay.
this.
All right.
I told you, it's the new little 3-part documentary that's on HBO. Part 1 was 2 Sundays ago. Part 2 was 2 nights ago. Part 3 will be, I believe, this Sunday. Banana story.
I don't want to know.
Just crazy. Just like, you're like, I can't believe this actually happened.
Don't give anything away.
I'm not. And I tell you, I was telling Justice this morning. You get into it. Like, if you just read a little bit about it, just like the description, you're like, okay, this is supposed to be something crazy that happened in California, connected to a funeral home service and a crematorium. All right? And you're watching like the first 30 minutes, and it's like, okay, clearly, like, you're not supposed to be doing this, but I don't know how, like, it doesn't seem, and then it just, boom, it's like, whoa, this is crazy. And then it just progressively gets crazier.
Okay.
And the stories are just, and you get to a point where you go, I cannot believe this actually happened.
Okay.
This is nutty.
I'm excited.
It's good. It's good. I don't know how many people are watching it. In fact, like, I think I might be the only person
You
watching it.
might be. I haven't heard a lot of buzz.
I have not heard a single person say another word about this. It's just me. It might just be me watching this by myself,
Yeah.
all right? But do you trust me?
I trust you.
Okay.
I'm in.
Then get on that Max app.
Okay.
Episode 1 and 2, they're available right now, The Mortuary, on Max.
What's the best thing we've read?
Over at CBSSports.com on the homepage, Patrick McDonald has ranked the field 1 through 25 at the U.S. Open, which gets started Thursday at Oakmont. Number 1, no surprise, Scottie Scheffler. Number 2, Jon Rahm. Number 3, Bryson DeChambeau. 4, Xander Schauffele. 5, Roy McIlroy. So in the projected top 5, 3 PGA Tour players, 2 LIV players. It should be awesome. The rough is incredible. I can't wait. If you want to read about it, find that CBSSports.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow's Wednesday. We'll get ready for Game 3, NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Chris Vernon, Big Mouth. He's a member of the Yes Sirs community
Pivotal
now.
Game 3.
Oh, it's a pivotal Game 3. It's a pivotal.
Mm-hmm.
It's pivotal. Big game. Big game.
Yep.
Going to be a great scene.
I think
Downtown
so.
Indianapolis. I'll try to get Vernon on the right side of history. Better late than never. It's better late than never to be on the right side of history.
Good luck.
See if I can get Vernon on the right side of history. We'll do that tomorrow. Should be fun. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll enjoy mine. Meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good. Rep your hood.
Catch us if you can at Southland Casino Hotel and win your share of up to $1.8 million in free play and prizes. Join us for drawings every Saturday in May, June, and July. Each month, over 900 winners will take home free play or drive off in a new car or motorcycle. Be there for all 6 grand finale drawings and try to catch us if you can, only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Creed. By overwhelming demand, the Summer of '99 tour returns. July 27th, FedEx Forum. With very special guest, Daughtry. And Mammoth. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com. Don't miss Creed with Daughtry and Mammoth. The Summer of '99 tour.
The First Ladies of FedEx Forum, the Grizz Girls, are known across the NBA for setting the standard for professional dance and entertainment, and they are looking for dancers to join their team for the 2025-2026 season. With the chance to gain professional dance experience and connect with the Memphis community, auditioning for the Grizz Girls is an opportunity you do not want to miss. Come show up at Open Call Auditions Saturday, July 26th at the Memphis Sports and Events Center. Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
1, 2, 3. Ready, go.